It's Wicked Wednesday in IPL 2022 and it is Mumbai Indians who clash horns, of course, with Punjab Kings. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching another match preview with me, Avnish Hegde, and you're watching cricket.com, so subscribe and press the bell icon before we go further. And let's now bring on Graeme Smith back into the scheme of things. Smithy, how are you?
Very good, and you? Nice to catch up again.
Yeah, it's been terrific, pulsating action, should I say, in the IPL 2022. But we have another cracker of a game, and this time all eyes will be on Mumbai Indians. 4 out of 4, Smithy. Can you still fathom what's going through right now?
No, it's incredible. I mean, it's probably the strongest franchise in IPL history. Hasn't won a game yet in this year's IPL. I mean, so disappointing. Haven't been able to string combinations together. Fielding, batting, and bowling in either game. One of those departments has let them down. Desperate to get on the board and into this IPL. We said it was going to be so tight and close, and it's been an exciting one so far.
Yeah, can you put a finger on what's really lacking for the Mumbai Indians right now? Is it really hard to pinpoint?
It's hard to pinpoint. I think by now they would be looking to have more players that are winning them games, and I think in every game there's an area of that they fall short. As I said, either it's with the ball today, it'll be with the bat in the previous game, and in the field they just haven't been able to get those combinations going. There'll be a lot of question marks now and a lot of pressure, north from 4. The expectations of that franchise, those big owners, they won't be happy. Mahela won't be happy. Rohit Sharma, is an icon now leading India. He won't be happy. So they've got to get it right, and they've got to get some momentum going in this tournament.
Okay, let's talk about the captain then, Rohit Sharma, because of course he's not firing with the bat. Do you think he should just bat that little bit longer? Because I think most of the dismissals, 3 out of 4 of them at least, have come in the power play. Do you think he should give himself some more time in the middle out there?
Yeah, look, I mean, he's just such a key player. I mean, if you look at the lineup there, Rohit, outstanding player, hasn't found form. You've got Ishan Kishan, Suryakumar Yadav injured for a couple of games. He's not come in and looking good. And then Pollard, as the power finisher. So yes, there's Brevis there, but he's a young man. But that's a very strong batting line. But Rohit is kind of the energy at the top of the order for them. Get them off to the start, set up the game, allows everyone else to play. And then also when he's scoring runs, Mumbai Indians are going to win a lot of the time because of his strike rate, the way he plays the game, and his ability to lead from the front, I think will bring confidence to everyone else around him. I think that he will stick to his natural game. He just might need that little bit of luck just to get in, get a start. Once he's at 15-20, then to make it count. Once he's got one score behind him, I think Rohit will capitalise on a very big competition. Now, this is the other interesting thing. From my memory, is this the first tournament that he's captaining the Mumbai Indians after becoming India's white ball captain. And I wonder whether that sort of strain of captaining India, we saw the times with Virat, trying to captain everything. Does that mental strain, does it take its toll in IPL? So, that's a big something to consider, how he gets mentally fresh and how that Indian captaincy is now affecting him in the IPL.
What about Mayank Agarwal? Because he's going to be coming up against Rohit Sharma. He himself is taking a captaincy for the Punjab Kings this year. And it's kind of impacted his strike rates. Of course, he's not being able to get going. How do you address that issue if you're the PBKS batting coach?
Yeah, they've got to find a way to free him up. I mean, part of opening the batting and captaincy is to try to find a routine to do both. You can finish 20 overs in the field. Now you've got to go straight away and pad up. You've got to, get whatever's happened, the bad decision, the bad lost over, the drop catch, you've got to get that out of the way, and you've got to now focus on your batting. So he needs to find a routine to deal with both aspects, so that he can, separate the leadership and then focus on his batting. And also, in the build-up to these games, he'll be spending a lot more time in meetings. He'll be spending a lot more time on tactical conversations. He'll be thinking about how to get the team winning, who needs to play. And his brain will be all of this. We've probably gone from a space of where all he thought about was, performing his role at the top of the order. How does he get runs? And now he's got to find a way early on to cope with that. He's got to find a way to deal with that. And then the pressure. How can he cope with the pressure? They've got 4 points from 4 games. At least they're on the board, but not where they want to be. And so he's got to find a way to cope with that pressure, that it doesn't affect his natural game, because Punjab need him at the top of the order. He's like Rohit. He's their kickstarter. He's a match winner. So he's got to take all those concoctions and find methods to deal with them so that he can then perform.
Yeah, some interesting points that you mentioned there. And to take a look at Punjab as a team and how they've gone about the business with the bat in hand, it seems like they go gung-ho from the word go, and then they run out of wickets to kind of capitalize later. How do they kind of fix this, or is this a problem or a trend?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you look at them, it's a very powerful top four, isn't it? I mean, Agarwal, Dhawan, Bairstow, Livingston. I mean, that's a good top four, and maybe this hasn't been the consistency from just below that. I mean, Graeme Smith, had a great game one. It's so what they need is they need that power, but they need maybe one of this top four to be around slightly longer, taking it slightly deeper into the 16th, 17th over, and that they can really capitalize. So, I don't think you can switch off an IPL. I don't think you can play conservatively. We've seen it at Pune there at 170. If you get over 170, it's been defendable. So they need to assess the wickets and figure out how to go and get this combination working. And yeah, they'll need more from that middle order.
Hey, you mentioned a man there in Graeme Smith. What is his primary role, and how long does the team keep backing him, I presume?
I think that this will probably be the last game they'll back him if they do. I think he's now, I think in game one he showed ability with the bat, and I think that they'll give him one more opportunity. But tonight's kind of last chance saloon for him. They're looking for a performance with either really. I think they'll just be looking for him to put in something substantial that they know they can back in elements of his game. That's a problem when you look at him. Is he a bowler? Is he a batter? And you asking me the question, that means everyone's thinking it. So they will be thinking that in-house. So he needs to step up and show them what he is. So with all the responsibility and the pressure on him to deliver, otherwise a change needs to be made.
Okay, we can move on to the CDC fan cam in just a bit. But before that, another Punjab player comes to mind, and Liam Livingston. You mentioned him there earlier as well, and the power that he adds to this batting lineup. Are we seeing the best of Liam right now? Is it the best yet to come, so to speak?
Well, I mean, he's made a big impact already, as you say. Highest, I think, what's the highest strike rate for 100 runs in the competition. I mean, it's been excellent to watch. I mean, he's not going to change his game. I mean, he's going to take bowlers on. He's going to try and create fear in the opposition bowling lineup, and he has the power to do that. He has the expansive game to really take teams on. And while he's there, no game is over. So I think what he does need is he needs support. You know what he's going to do. You know how he's going to play. It's how people play around him. I mean, when I started with the Royals, we had Yusuf Pathan. And yes, when you're chasing 200, you both need to go. You both need to be aggressive. But, at times, some people around Liam that think a little bit more, maybe, on one instead of trying to slog one out the ground. So just add a bit of thought, because this will be about partnerships as well. It's not just Liam by himself. The partnership of who he can perform with, who can help him, who can support him, and that'll help him achieve probably more victories and bigger totals.
Yeah, fingers crossed from an English perspective. Liam Livingston takes that form into the World Cup later this year. But right, let's of course get a fan's question in right now on our segment CDC Fan Cam.
Hey Smithy, my name is Vinesh. I'm from Mumbai and I'm a huge fan of yours. First of all, let me tell you that Mumbai Indians left everyone shell-shocked in the last game wherein they played only 2 international players. My question to you is, if you were in the MI think tank and if you consider all the factors and performances of the players, if you had to pick 4 international players for the Mumbai versus Punjab game, who would those 4 be?
Yeah, I have selected 4 international players, and I've given a little bit of thought. So I've kept Brevis at number 3 or 4, depending on where Surya Kumar is going to bat, just because it's his 3rd game and I think he deserves a little bit of opportunity. I've stuck with Pollard. I think he's shown glimpses of form, his power. Whether he should come up slightly in the order, that's another question. And then I've gone to Tymal Mills, the left-arm seamer. I've gone for him to try and show some support to Burma and find a combination that works for them there. And then my 4th one is an interesting one. I've gone for kind of the all-round option, West Indian Fabian Allen. And my reason for that is that I think, Punjab have a largely right-handed batting lineup, and I like the fact that he can spin the ball away from that, and that'll provide Rohit Sharma, I think, another nice, useful option and lengthens the batting lineup slightly.
Yeah, interesting choices from Graeme Smith there. And he's, of course, not been wrong so far in most of his predictions. So who knows? Emma, if you guys are watching this, listen to Smithy closer. And we appreciate the fan question as well. We'll finish the show with, of course, his predictions. But before that, it's Mr. Milestone.
Hi, I'm Graeme Smith, and you're watching Mr. Milestone. My question today is, who is 4 catches away from reaching the 100-catch milestone in IPL?
We appreciate that. And with that, we'll ask you your predictions for this one. Who are you going to be siding with, MI or PBKS?
I've lost momentum a little bit, and it's getting more and more difficult to predict as the pitches start to change. And I am going to back the men in blue and gold to get off the mark in this game. I think they have no choice. So Mumbai Indians to win. And let's hope I can get back on winning ways.
I'm sure you will. Thanks so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate your time. Graeme Smith, of course, for joining us. Catch us live post-match with Smithy. You can ask us all the fan questions that you want, and then we'll have it for you. Until the next time, so goodbye from me, Avnish Hegde, here at cricket.com.